Okay, today we are going to start with the revision of deep water, chapter 3rd. Okay, we know that this is the story of William Douglas. William Douglas is the writer of the story. Okay, and he had shared his experience, his experience about his fear. That how did he overcome his fear of water? Okay, how he got a fear of water and in which way he had overcome that fear of water. Fine. This is the story of William Douglas. Fine. Now we'll start with the question answers, children. Discuss one by one. Which two incidents in Douglas' early life made him scared of water? You can unmute yourself and answer that what are the two incidents that happened in his life, in his early life when he was a child. What were the two incidents? Yes, you can unmute yourself and answer, Richa. Anshuman, answer.
Ma'am, one was elderly boy threw him in the water.
One was that when he started going for swimming classes in YMCA pool, that time a 18 years old boy had thrown him into the water. Okay, and what was the another one? Yes, Puri, what was the another one incident what happened?
Ma'am, he almost drowned in the sea.
His father took him to a beach in California. Okay, and there the wave he was knocked down and he was buried under the water by the waves. Okay, and that was the second incident that happened that made him scared of water. Okay, which two factors made Douglas to decide in the favor of YMCA pool? This is the first page, children. There are two things. Okay, that because of which he decided to go to that YMCA pool and learn swimming. What are those two things? First is at one side the pool is 2 to 3 feet deep and on the other side it was 9 feet deep but the slope was gradual. Okay, these are the two things which were in the favor of this YMCA pool because of which the writer, the Douglas decided to go to that YMCA pool and learn swimming. What did Douglas feel and do when he was pushed into the swimming pool? Now children, this question came in two different ways in your exams. Okay, what were the series of emotions and fears that Douglas experienced when he was thrown into the pool? Okay, so for both these two questions came in different year, okay, in different years. This came in 2011 and it came in 2010. It's like this. Fine, but the answer is same. So what all he experienced when he was inside the water, you have to write this over here. Okay, how he was feeling, what he planned. Okay, when he was thrown into the water, what happened? He was just got frightened, but his senses were working. And when he was going down, he decided, made a plan that as soon as his feet hit the bottom of the pool, the tiles of the pool, he will push himself upwards and he imagined that he will come out like a cock. Okay, but what happened instead of it? He started, when he opened his eyes, he saw that water was everywhere and he did not, only many times, after trying many times, only his eyes and nose were out. Okay, rest, he was inside the water. And what all he felt paralyzed inside the water. Fear, at last the fear had captured him. These all experiences which he felt inside the swimming pool when he was thrown inside the swimming pool. Then you have to write that experience in this question. Okay. Next, how did this swimming instructor build a swimmer out of Douglas? Or this question can come, how did the instructor turn Douglas into a swimmer? Now children, this question is here on page number 28. On page number 28, paragraph second, I use every way I knew to overcome this fear of water. Okay, now finally 1 October. Okay, finally in October he decided to learn swimming and he hired a private instructor. Now the way instructor taught him the swimming step by step. Earlier he just tell him to walk into the pool back and forth. He just tied a pulley around his a belt around his waist which was attached to a pulley. Okay, and then exhale and inhale exercise. Then the pedaling of the legs. All these things step by step you have to write. Okay, from finally 1 October till you can write that until unless the instructor had not declared that he had learned swimming. Okay, and that was where? That was in March. Okay, in April, finally the instructor said that now you can swim, and he instructed him to dive off and swim the pool called stroke. Okay, that is up till there you will write this answer. So it will come in a long answer question. Okay. How did Douglas make sure that he conquered the old terror? How did he make sure, children, that he had conquered the old terror? Who is going to answer this? This is there on the next page only. Page number 29.
By swimming in the river.
Answer beta.
Ma'am, swimming in the river.
Which river? At last, when he learned swimming, he swam to so many places just to overcome his fear. Now the question is, how did Douglas make sure that he conquered the old terror? This is in the last, when on page number 29, paragraph 2. Okay, when he last went to warm lake. Okay, when he last swam to warm lake, and when he was crossing that warm lake, his terror did not return just once. Okay, that time he felt that he has conquered his old terror, because earlier when the instructor told him that now you can swim, and he started swimming alone in the pool, that time also his terror came when he went to New Hampshire and he just swam from Triggers Island to Stamford Island. Then also his terror came. Okay, but when finally he went to Warm Lake, okay, that time his terror didn't came back, and he swam without facing the terror once. So that time he conquered his old terror. So you will write the name Warm Lake here. Why was Douglas determined to get over his fear of water? Who's going to answer this? Why was Douglas determined to overcome his fear of water? Yes, Nachiket, answer this. Why did he want to overcome his fear of water?
When he grew up.
I'm not able to hear you. Better be a little louder.
Ma'am, when he grew up, he took the help of an instructor to learn swimming.
Then question number 6. Why was Douglas determined to get over his fear of water? Why he was determined? Why he want to get out of this fear of water? Yes, Anshuman?
Not remember.
He not remember because he was not able to enjoy his that trips, his fishing, boating, canoeing, all the water sports. He was not able to enjoy that. That's why he was determined to overcome his fear of water. He don't want to be paralyzed for the lifetime for this fear of water. What did Douglas experience when he went down to the bottom of the pool for the first time? What did he experience for the first time when he went down? For the first time when he was thrown into the water, what did he experience? It is on page number 25, children. Page number 25, second last paragraph. With that, he picked me up and tossed me into the deep end. I landed in the sitting position, swallowed water, and went at once to the bottom. I was frightened, but not yet frightened out of my wits. So what did he experience when he went down to the bottom of the pool for the first time? So first time when he was thrown into the pool, okay, he just landed in the sitting position. He was so frightened, but his senses, his wits were working. And while going down, he planned that as soon as his feet going to touch the bottom, his feet going to touch the tiles, he will jump upwards, okay, and come to the surface, lie flat on it, and pedal to the edge of the pool. This you are going to write it over in question number 7. I crossed an observation. The curtain of my life fell. What was the incident which nearly killed Douglas and developed him a strong aversion of water? Aversion means dislike. Okay, now here you have to explain that incident. Which was that incident when once he went early to YMCA pool. Okay, and what happened there? There he was sitting. He was so tempted. He did not have the courage to go alone inside the water. So he was sitting outside the pool and waiting for others. And that time only a 18 years old boy came, and what did he do? He just threw him into the water. Okay, he just threw him into the water. Fine. And that time that misadventure created a fear into his heart. Okay, he tried many times to come out of the water, but ultimately what happened? He became paralyzed. Okay, there was a blankness, and he became unconscious. Okay, that's why he said, I crossed the observation, the curtain of my life fell. Okay, because when he came out, he was in an unconscious state. Right? And when he got up, what he found, he was vomiting and he was lying outside the pool. Okay, on the edge of the pool. Okay, Douglas fully realized the truth of Roosevelt's statement, all we have is a fear of fear itself. How did this realization help him brush aside his fear and become an expert swimmer? Now in this, children, you will first of all answer the way he overcome his fear after learning swimming. That is on page number 28. Okay, after learning to swim, what happened? He just went. He still had a doubt. What doubts are they? They were like, if he went alone to the pool, then what will happen? Might be he had that old fear. So what he decided? He decided to go alone to that swimming pool and swim. And he continued it till July. Okay. After that, he still had some doubts. That is, whole fear had not gone from his heart and mind. So he decided to go to where? Stamford Island, and he swam there. There also he had some little fears came back when he was at the middle of the lake and he saw the bottomless water. Then also his fear came back. Okay, still he was not satisfied. That is, all fear is gone from his heart and mind. So he went to Warm Lake. So he went to Warm Lake and swam there. And there, what happened? No fear came when he was crossing that Warm Lake. Okay, and that time he had overcome his fear. So the efforts he made to overcome his fear. Okay, that efforts you have to write there. That how did he realize? Okay, how did this realization, because of the realization that I should brush aside my fear, just help him to become an expert swimmer. Okay. Next, desire, determination, and diligence led to the success. Explain the value of these qualities in the light of Douglas' experience in deep water. Okay, children. Now here, desire, determination, and diligence lead to the success. Okay, you have to explain how in the story of Douglas, okay, deep water, you have experienced all these things. Find how you have experienced all these things. This we have discussed that earlier, at the early age, he had an aversion of water. Okay, then what happened? He went to YMCA pool. After going there, still he had what? His lack of confidence and he had a fear of water. But what he did, after 2-3 days, he became easy with the water. He started becoming comfortable, and then the misadventure happened with him. Because of this misadventure, what happened? He had a great fear of water. The way he overcome, okay, that fear stayed with him for many years, and he tried everything. When he came to know about the waters in Cascade, it's a waterfall, he wanted to go there, but whenever he tried to go anywhere, even for fishing also, what happened? That old fear came and his legs froze, okay, and that icy horror captured him, and he was not able to enjoy all that water sports and his fishing trips. Okay, so he determined, he had done everything to overcome the fear, but then he determined that anyhow he will overcome this fear of water, and finally he appointed an instructor. He hired an instructor. That instructor step by step taught him swimming. Okay, in April, that instructor told him that now his work was done and he can swim. But still, this Douglas had certain doubts in his heart that his fear had not gone. So what he did, he just went to different places to overcome his fear. You have to write the names of that places. Okay, children. So this is your chapter. Now we will come to this poem also, an elementary school classroom in a slum. Okay, we will revise this poem also, children. See in this poem, children, what is there? I just summarize in this poem, Stephen Spender, he was talking about the elementary school, which is there in the slum. Okay, in the first paragraph, what did the writer say? What did the poet said? The poet was talking about the children, those who are sitting in the class. Okay, then he had compared them with gusty waves. Okay, far from the gusty waves, like ruthless leaves. These are all similes over there. Okay, and compared with them, and paper seeing boy with the rat eyes. These are what? These are the children, those who are sitting in the class. Okay, in the first stanza, the poet tells us that the children, those who are sitting in the class, they are not interested in studies, in whatever going in the class. Why? Because they all have some or the other problems which they are facing. On the other hand, in the first stanza only, the first line only, the poet describes that about a sweet little unnoted boy who still has what? Dreams in his eyes, and he is also looking outside of the class. Why? Because he wants to play with the squirrel game. Okay. In the second paragraph, the poet talks about the donations. Okay, just like Shakespeare hate, man, and poet tells us that these donations which the people are giving, these decorative items which the people are giving to these children, they are of no use. Why? Because the children don't know about Shakespeare and about the world map. Why they don't know about the world map, children? Because their world is their slum area. They used to grow up in this only, and then they used to die there only. They have never seen the world they've never seen the places which is there in the world map. Okay, so this is the second paragraph the poet explained. Poet even told them that their future is painted with fog, and they told that its slums are what? Its slum is deprived of rivers, caves, stars of words. Stars of words means wisdom, knowledge. It means the people, the children, those who are living in the slum, okay? They have never seen flowing rivers. They have never seen caves. C-A-P-E-S. Caves means sea. They have never seen seas, and they do not have proper knowledge. Okay, wisdom. Stars of words means wisdom. Okay, in third paragraph, the poet called Shakespeare as a wicked. Why? Because according to the world, Shakespeare has done a lot of in the world of literature. But for these children, they cannot reach to that world. And for these children, Shakespeare had done nothing at all. Okay, so that's why the poet called Shakespeare a wicked. And he called a map a bad example. Why map a bad example, children? Because the map, the world, the beautiful places which are there in the world map, they cannot reach there. Okay? In the third paragraph, the poet also compared the children to slag heap, waste. Okay, he called that these children are treated as waste. Okay, and he also said that he also told that he also compared the slum as big as doom. Okay, so he has compared the slum with doom, a hell. He said that this slum is just like a hell for these children, and they cannot come out of the slum area ever. Mind in the last paragraph, the poet is requesting everybody, those who are giving this donation, or the people, those who want to do something for these slum children. He was telling that in spite of giving these donations, what you should do, you should come forward and take these children out of this slum area. Show them the world outside. Show them the blue sky. Show them the green fields. Show them the rivers, the seas, everything. Fine. And he was telling that from these children only, if we give them the proper knowledge, proper wisdom, what will happen? These children will create a history. Okay, why? Because they have been treated nicely, they have been treated well, they have been given proper education. Then only they will create a history. So in spite of giving donations which is of no use for these children, okay, we should come forward and take these children out of this slum area towards the outside world and show them the world outside this slum area, which is a more beautiful. Okay, and also treat them, also give them a proper wisdom. Okay, this is there in the poem. Fine. Now, children, question answers are here. Fine. Tomorrow we will discuss this question answers. I told you the summary today, what is there in the poem. Tomorrow we will discuss these question answers which are there. Some are extract based and some are the short answer types. Okay.